Welcome back to WRX Garage, everyone. We have a really cool project for you this week. We had some other things planned for this week. I was going to be doing some stuff, but I ordered the wrong size things, but you'll see that in the next couple of videos. But thank God, Import Image Racing had really fast shipping, and Diode Dynamics as well. So thank God those parts came in time for this video. We're going to be uploading this one day later. Our normal schedule is Sundays, but anyways. Today we are going to be tackling an issue that I've had recently with my current setup on my lighting in the front. Obviously you guys got a hint from the Diode Dynamics, but first off, before I get into dive into everything, I just wanted to post something right here. Something that Kyle and I have been looking at on our analytics is that 83% of you guys watching our videos are not subscribed, which is crazy because, you know, we have such great fan interactions. But if you're watching this video and you like our content, please take a second, hit the subscribe button. It just takes a second for you guys and it really helps us immensely on our end. So it's always great to see support from, you know, the people watching our videos. So anywho, let's dive into it. What am I doing today? Well, I'm going with, let's do a quick unboxing. We got a nice packet here and then lots of small bulbs. But the product that we went with and we're going to be installing today, you guys probably already know this from the title of the video, but it is the Diode Dynamics SS3 Sport Fog Lights. So these are absolutely amazing, and I'll talk to you guys in a second about why I did this and what's wrong with my current fogs, because I do have them. This is the premium model, so I did have the fog lights as part of my standard package for the car. The last owner did put some really bad tints over these, so they just don't look very good. And second, also because of those tints, it doesn't have the best performance and light output. So hopefully this I'll give you guys a side-by-side comparison about what these look like, what Diode Dynamics included in this kit, and why these are probably the best performing fog lights on the market at this price point. And my other little packet here from Diode Dynamics, or from Import Image, I have a bunch of their little interior bulb replacements. So I have the map lights, the vanity lights, and then I forget the last one what they're called, but the one in the middle and then the two in the front. So I've had some issues. I got some Walmart brand ones, LEDs on the inside previously, but of course they don't look good. They didn't come out right. And they're also flickering a lot, which I'm going to be fixing with these today. So continuing this unboxing here, of course we have those little bulbs. I'll set those aside for now. Open the first box, nice and simple. Got some really good directions, installation brackets, mounting plates that are going to be going in, mounting hardware, and then these adapter harnesses that connect, and I believe that's the exact pin that we need to connect to on the Subaru backside. So that's super simple. All of them, they go wire up straight to the exact same spot as where my fog lights are, which means that I'll have the same kind of fog light control standard from that little extra little ring on my dash. If you wanted to run these with and you don't have fog lights factory on your Subaru WRX, you'll have to get the aftermarket bezels, and then so if you have like the base model, you have to do that, and then you'll also have to get the harness wiring kit, which I believe Import Image Racing, you can get it from Rally Sport, Subi Speed, any of those. And this is the meat and the potatoes right here. This is what I am so excited to see. Bam. Look how pretty these guys are. Oh. So these are Diode Dynamics. These are called, they have a couple in their line. So first off, they have their Sport and their Pro line. The Pro lines are gonna have absolute crazy light output, which I don't really personally think is really kind of safe for the roads. Obviously when we're upgrading your lighting, you wanna make sure that you're, one, getting a ton of light output so you're keeping yourself safe as a driver. That's the reason why we do these kinds of projects. But two, we don't really wanna blind people. You have to make sure that your setup is not shining directly into people's eyes. So within Diode Dynamics series, they have the fogs, and then they also have the daily or the driving lights. So basically the driving lights, from what I understand, is that the driving lights act more like high beams, and so they kind of complement your high beam setup and your low beam setup. But they do have a higher light pattern, which I think is dangerous. So I went with these fogs, which have using TIR optics, which are total internal reflection, so crazy light output. And what's awesome about these also is that the wattage that they pull is less than the stock halogen bulb that was in this car from the factory. So we're going to be replacing those right here. Let me show you guys really quick. There it is. There's my stock bulbs. They do have the a tint on them, so it's kind of hard to see. They're gonna be going in right there. All right, guys, we're gonna start with the in-cabin stuff. We have our two map lights, and then our dome light in the back here behind me that we're gonna be replacing. So this is actually very, very simple. Really quick, the quick and dirty method. Where's my screwdriver? There are two little indents right here and here where my fingers are. So I'm just gonna be very carefully, just really simply popping that off, and then doing the same thing on the other side. And when I say quickly and easily, you just don't want to break any of those clips. You really don't. So if I can get these out easily. So these are the ones I have now. They are no-name brand Amazon ones. Gonna be switching over to the Diode Dynamics ones. Because I want to be doing things right, and I really, really can't stand the flickering light that happens in here. New one's in. There we go. Don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't have them fully installed all the way. All right, nice. So back to the way it came. Let the clips go this side away from you first, and then simple. Same thing, little screwdriver right in there. Pry tool. Pop that out. Ah. Oh, Kevin is a dum-dum. So, apparently, these are all direction sensitive. So if it doesn't work one way, try it the other. And I should have thought of that ages sooner. Oh well. Bam, done. All right, guys. So we're here at the front fog light. Step one, we're just gonna be removing these bezels, and there's no really easy way to do it other than just grip it and rip it, basically. Now we're just gonna be attacking this right here. A couple ways to do this, but the easiest way are getting to these two bolts in the back here, just by going under this under tray down here. So let's do that really quick. Just a couple little pop clips. 1, 2, should do the trick. Now I'm able to see in there. Let me grab my flashlight. See what we're working with here. Alright, so that's one screw out to the top one. If you guys are not lazy like me and want to properly lift the car, that would also be recommended. And just like that, you can pull the entire housing out. Here is my second screw, and fog light housing is right here in my hand. All I'm gonna do is reach under, unspin, pull the light bulb out. There is the stock fog light housing. It's very cheaply made. This is Subaru OEM. It's just very, very, very cheap. And look at this nasty tint the last owner put on there. Let's see if we can get a focus on that. Oh, ugh. So here is my bulb, which I need to disconnect now so I can get ready for the next connection, which is going to be those supplied harnesses from Diode Dynamics. There's my little driver, LED driver. It goes into the back of these fog lights. So these are the Katana LEDs. I cannot recommend these brand enough, but they just weren't doing enough for me in terms of what the actual fog light housing. With some proper like Morimoto or XSB or another brand fog light housing like that, I bet you can get better quality, but this upgrade made the most sense to me. Again, I've vouched for these Katana LEDs really, really a lot, and I really stand by the product. Off Amazon, they're probably the best bang for your buck you can get. Internal drivers, they have LED controllers, so they don't over voltage, overvolt, or anything like that. So first we have these two brackets, and it looks like they are exactly the same, which means that if I choose the wrong one, it's impossible to choose the wrong one. So Diode Dynamics has some really nice instruction manual here. So pretty much you go in, screws, washers, nuts, simple. And they're actually adjustable, which is nice. Grab one of these little supplied hardware kits, which I'll need an Allen key for. And that goes on the other side. This bracket. I think I'm making this way more difficult than it needs to be. And washer through. Yep, I am. I'm making it way more difficult. So we have the back where our harness is going into, our attachment bracket, and then on the sides here we have our two little mounting hardwares. The nut actually goes in the inside right there. Just tighten that down. Little washer on the other side, same thing. Let me grab my Allen keys. Oh, and those are really solid. That's awesome. All right, that's in. Then we're gonna go up through from the back side. We reposition you guys again. Easy, Sean, easy. So on this side where my fingers are, there's these two little tabs that you just slide these into. And then on the right side, or the left side where these are, there's just screws that go back through into these little brackets. It's Loctite, but it's basically for like high moisture environments. It has a little bit more rubberized texture to it, and it helps absorb vibrations as well, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want to keep these screws in place. So I'm gonna put some on there. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go up in there and rewire a little bit, reconnect that main plug. Should be good. All right, let's go test that out. All done. As you guys can see, everything looks great. They're nice and lined up. in those bezels. Bezels went on pretty easily. You just have to push them back or farther away from the bezels on the bracket where you mount the screws on the side. So make sure you do that when you guys do this. I'll be showing you guys now the results and testing. So before it gets too dark, I wanted to film the outro video, or outro part of this. So right now, switch over to later in the day when it's a bit darker and I can show you guys what these look like. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is a quick test. It's not fully dark out, but I think this is the perfect opportunity to get these lined up. So these are just my sea lights. That is my headlights, low beams, and there are my fogs. There you go. So they're all set up. I'll do a couple quick driving clips now that it's getting pretty dark, just to show you guys how far this light scatters forward. What we just did is we went over here and basically we lined the fog lights up. So if we covered off, what we just did is covered over the low beams so we can see where the actual fog light cutoff beam is. And as you can see, because these are the fog models, not the driving models, there's a super awesome perfect cutoff right in the middle where you're not gonna be blinding on the drivers. And now we took off and showed you the low beam, and obviously that line where the fogs was just below where this cutoff line for the lows are. So that's exactly what we want. We don't want it higher, we don't want it lower. So what's great about these, just to adjust that, all we have to do is reach in with our hand and push the bottom down, up, and just tilt this on this little axis in that bracket that Diode Dynamics supplied with this kit. Perfect for that. It's gonna lock in place. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's see what it looks like driving. This is with everything on, and then this is the same thing without the fogs. So really puts in comparison, I'm just amazed at how much these little things the light output from these are. I'll turn them back on now. They just look absolutely amazing, guys. All right, guys, I just wanted to do a quick side-by-side comparison. So what you're seeing now was shot essentially the other night, switching the fogs on and off. Those are the standard housing, Subaru OEM housing fogs with upgraded LEDs that I was running before. And now, what you have in front of you is before, so this is my normal setup, just low beams, and then here it is again with the fog lights on the new SS3 pods, SAE fogs from Diode Dynamics. So crazy wide path of light and crazy far output. But notice how it's not illuminating anything that's like more than chest high. It's really doing a great job spreading the light evenly over, you know, the actual concrete itself, but extending past the low beams, which is amazing. But it's not going to be blinding to any oncoming driver. So this is honestly one of the best upgrades you guys can do to your lighting system for a WRX. And I believe they make them for a lot of other platforms, other Subarus as well. So cool. Oh, it just looks so good. I'm so happy with this. So incredibly happy with how these came out. Like I said before, there is one stage higher that are even brighter than these. They're the Pro kit. They pull more wattage, they put more light output. I don't really think it's necessary for what I personally use the car for. These are absolutely plenty combined with my upgraded LED headlights and the low beams, and then the high beams as well. I really don't need any other kind of kit. So these fogs, they have a nice even plane of light that cuts off, doesn't blind anybody in front of you, but really just spreads that light all over the road so you can see in well a ways in front of you and to the sides of you, which is perfect for night driving. Yeah, absolutely amazed. Great product, Diode Dynamics. I didn't mention this before, but these are SAE approved. They're SAE legal. They're illegal in every state. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more WRX and Subaru content. Kyle and I have a lot more videos coming out. If you haven't yet, please press that subscribe button and stay tuned for what we have in store for the next coming weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.